For our important decision-making functions, we had three solutions. The first one was decreasing and preventing runoff. This one, it would be mid-cost because in this solution, we'd be putting up signs around the lake and around the watershed residencies. And depending on the size of them and where they're put, it could cost anywhere from $100 to $1,000 per sign. We'd also have to get certain permits and pay fees in order to put the signs up, and those permits and fees would differ because we'd be putting them like not in just one location, kind of around the watershed, all that. So the strengths for this, it would bring awareness to those that are in the lake and using it, which could lead to more people willing to take action to clean up the lake and like reduce runoff, that type of thing. If the residents in the watershed followed some of the recommendations on the signs, which we'll talk about later, it would also help in improving dissolved oxygen and nutrient levels in the lake. And for the weaknesses, it would require a lot of signs to be made since it's a large area. And there would be some digging and you'd have to hire people to put the signs in professionally. So our second solution, which is to speed up the 50-year plan. Criteria for this one, it would be high cost because there's a lot more areas that would be affected by it. It would require getting through a lot of different people that would be willing to make changes in an already set plan. If this were to work, our lake would get cleaner water. For the strengths, if this worked out, our lake would get cleaner water in a safer environment much quicker than what's already happening. And then weaknesses, solution would be really expensive, and if it wasn't executed correctly, it could mess up the plan already in place and set us back even further, which would not be good. And then finally, the last solution we talked about was decreasing population on the watershed. This option would also be very high cost, and because it would involve removing residents that live on the watershed and removing their houses left behind, it would cause like just kind of a lot of like chaos, like people wouldn't want to move, they wouldn't want to give up their house, all that. So strengths, it would decrease runoff a lot, and it would lead to a healthier environment for the watershed, which would be great, a lot less runoff. But while it is a very high reward, it's also really hard to put into action since we'd have to relocate pretty much all the residents, move off the watershed, get them new homes. Demolition would probably harm the watershed with all the like houses and chemicals and everything like that, which could like affect runoff negatively. So after kind of looking through all these, looking at the pros and cons and everything, we decided that the first plan was probably the best. And yeah, so we did this because like really isn't that expensive with signs and stuff. And then like compared to all the others, like the weaknesses is like, it's just kind of the signs, but all the others involve like more runoff, expensive, messing up the certain plan that's already like kind of happening. But yeah, this first option is just like kind of the most simple, least consequences, and relatively inexpensive compared to the other plans. So yeah, thank you.